Kwekwe ni Kulomalsiash. My name is Kek Shakanogas, and I'm here to talk about orthography today. You'll see a lot of the older speakers who are teaching the younger generation, and they say, just speak, learn to just speak. The spelling doesn't matter, just speak. I'm actually here to be a contrary and say that spelling and orthography does matter because a lot of the Native American languages have pronunciation that is particularly different than English. And if you don't have a way to map those sounds to writing when you're learning the language, in a classroom setting, in a one-on-one setting, in a writing setting, in a studying setting, then you don't have the skill set that you need to pronounce the language. So I'm a second language speaker of Ojibwe, and I've been learning Ojibwe for like 2 years or something. I know the orthography really well. I'm actually working currently on making my own writing system for the Ojibwe language because I don't like either of the writing systems that are currently in use. But my stress here is that orthography is really important because once you learn the Roman orthography or the syllabic orthography of a language, then you have the keys to pronounce every word in that language. So let me give you a really good example. Is I just started learning Lenape, which is the grandfather language of Anishinaabe, in December. And because I focused on, in the month of December, learning the orthography, now in the month of February, I can go down a page from the Lenape dictionary and easily just read off the Lenape. Like, and I went got da ma da chpipele hemza kahat du elenda kela beach be, which means when a person wants to go somewhere, he should be taking his clothes. He should not be taking his clothes off and on because when he dies, he will try to come back to change his clothes. And things like that are really, really easy to read if you have a good handle on the orthography. Like the word anda is spelled enta. But if you know the orthography, you will know that any T that follows an M or an N actually makes the D sound. So instead of reading it as enta, if you are familiar with the orthography, you will read it properly as anda. So, for instance, enda when mata hipit huichi mezako enda loosing. And that word that I just said there, loosing, is spelled loosink, but it is pronounced loosing because if the K comes after an N, it makes a G sound. And that is a common theme in Lenape orthography, is the N and the M commonly modified sounds. And the first person pronoun will more often start with a D than an N because their words that start with T and T will be changed into a word that just starts with the sound D. Let me find an example on this page somewhere. There will be one. I don't need to find an example. So, gatitat. Gatitat. Gatitat means my mother. But the word is spelled nekatitat, which means, or no, that's my aunt. Auntie. I'm saying my little mother. Nikati would be mother. Nikatitat is auntie, which means my little mother. So the importance of orthography in Native American languages is actually very overlooked. A lot of the older speakers don't seem to see the importance of orthography, but I'm here to tell you today that orthography is important. So learn your orthographies, make your own orthographies, improve your orthographies, but do not let go of Roman orthography because it allows English speakers a window into native languages that they would never be able to understand otherwise. They're necessary for people to get their languages back. Ever underestimate the importance of orthography in the learning of Native American languages. The oral tradition is great, but the oral tradition has been interrupted by residential schools, and a lot of the oral traditions are just going to go away if we do not invent orthographies for them.